All right, ladies, let's have an honest conversation. Does this sound familiar? You open your closet, a closet full of clothes you once loved, and you feel a sense of disconnect. The dresses that used to be your go-to, the pants that once fit like a glove, they just don't feel like you anymore. If you're nodding your head right now, I want you to hear me loud and clear. You are not alone. As we move into our 60s and beyond, our bodies change. They tell the story of a life well lived, of family dinners, of grandchildren on our laps, of decades of experience. Our softer waistline isn't a flaw, it's a badge of honor. But for too long, the fashion world has told us that these changes are something to be hidden, to be camouflaged, to be battled against every single morning. Well, today we are drawing a line in the sand. We are done with hiding. From this moment on, our philosophy is this. We dress to honor, not to hide. This is not about chasing the body you had at 30. This is about celebrating the woman you are right now. Because true style after 60 has nothing to do with a number on a measuring tape. It has everything to do with the confidence you project. It's about understanding your body, making smart choices, and most importantly, embracing a mindset of radical self-love. So here is my promise to you. This is your masterclass in dressing for the incredible woman you are today. First, we're going to start with the most important part, your mindset. We'll rewire how you see yourself in the mirror. Then I'm going to give you my 6 game-changing secrets, the practical, powerful tools you need to build a wardrobe that makes you feel amazing. And finally, we'll bring it all together, understanding not just the how of getting dressed, but the why behind a life lived with style and confidence. This is your journey back to the joy of dressing. It's time to show the world that the beauty of a woman over 60 isn't something you can define, it's something you feel. Are you ready? Let's begin. All right, ladies, let's get real for a moment. Let's talk about that moment in front of the closet. You know the one. The door is open, the clothes are hanging there, but nothing feels right. It's that daily moment of truth in front of the mirror, where our eyes don't see the whole picture but zoom right in on the parts of us that have changed over the years. Before we even touch a single hanger, we need to do the most important work first. It happens right here, in our minds. Because style, true, lasting style, isn't something you buy, it's something you build. And today, we're pouring the foundation. First things first, we need to call a truce with our own bodies. For years, maybe decades, we've been in a silent battle with ourselves. I know I was. I'll see a photo of myself at 40 and I remember so clearly how much I worried about my thickening waist or not being thin enough. Looking back now, I just see a woman who was vibrant and beautiful, and I realize how much time I wasted on a fight I never needed to have. What if we decided to flip the script? What if we looked at our bodies not as a list of flaws, but as a roadmap of our lives? That softer belly, that's the belly that held our children, the one that has expanded with laughter at 1,000 dinner parties. The lines around our eyes, they are the marks of every smile, every tear, every moment of wisdom we've earned. Every part of us tells a story. This isn't damage, this is data, this is a life, fully lived. So the first rule is simple. Appreciate the body you have right now. It has carried you through everything. Thank it. Honor it. Once you stop fighting it, you can finally start dressing it with love. And that brings us to the next big question. Once we accept our bodies, what does beautiful even mean at this age? Is it about looking younger? Is it about chasing the ghost of the girl we used to be? Absolutely not. The beauty of youth is the beauty of a promise. Our beauty now is the beauty of a promise fulfilled. It's a different kind of power, it's presence. It's the magnetism of a woman who knows who she is. I see it in my friends all the time. It's not about their makeup or their dress size. It's the confidence in their voice. It's the wisdom in their eyes. It's the unapologetic way they take up space in the world. As the great style icon Iris Apfel said, "Style is attitude, attitude, attitude." So what's your definition of beautiful? Forget what the magazines say. For you right now, what does it look like? I bet it looks a lot like confidence. It looks like grace. It looks like strength. And once you know what you're aiming for, you can choose clothes that amplify that, instead of just hiding your waistline. This leads to the final and maybe most powerful mindset shift. Seeing your closet not as a chore, but as a form of self-care. It's your daily strategic tool for shaping your day. There's a fascinating scientific concept called enclothed cognition, and the bottom line is this. What we wear directly impacts how we feel and act. It's a total game changer. So instead of just getting dressed, you start dressing with intention. I do this every single morning. I don't ask, what should I wear? I ask, who do I want to be today? How do I want to feel? If I have an important meeting, I'll reach for my structured blazer that makes me feel like a CEO. If I'm feeling a little down, I'll wrap myself in my softest cashmere sweater, which feels like a warm hug. If I want to feel vibrant and creative, I'll wear my bright coral blouse. Each outfit is a choice about my energy. It's my secret weapon. Your closet is your personal toolkit for building the life you want, one day at a time. It's how you tell yourself and the world that you matter. You are worthy of feeling fantastic. All right, now that we've got our mindset right, let's get into the good stuff, the practical magic. Let's talk about the tools you can use to build a wardrobe that makes you feel incredible every single day. And the first secret weapon I want to share with you, the undisputed queen of flattering silhouettes, is the power of the A-line. Seriously, if you only adopt one new rule for your wardrobe, let it be this one. The concept is beautifully simple. It's any piece of clothing that is fitted at the top and then gradually flares out from the waist or hips, just like the shape of the letter A. It doesn't cling. It doesn't squeeze. Instead, it just skims over the areas we might feel a bit self-conscious about, creating one long, graceful, and incredibly elegant line. This isn't just some random shape. It's a piece of fashion history. The legendary Christian Dior introduced it in 1955, and it was a revolution. He literally liberated women from the tyranny of the tiny, cinched-in waist. The A-line was a declaration of freedom and comfortable beauty. And when you wear one, you can feel that power. It's a silhouette that says, I am confident, I am elegant, and I am not trying too hard. So how do you bring the A-line into your life? It's more versatile than you think. First, you have the classic A-line dress. This is your one-and-done solution for instant polish. A simple, knee-length A-line dress in a great fabric can take you anywhere, from a lunch with friends to a family celebration. Next, and this is the real workhorse, is the A-line skirt. Don't have one? You need one. It's the most versatile piece you can own. You can pair it with a simple tucked-in t-shirt for a casual day, dress it up with a silk blouse for a sophisticated look, or throw on a cozy sweater in the fall. It always works, and don't forget the A-line coat. A great trench coat or a wool coat with that slight A-line shape is the ultimate finishing piece. It pulls your entire look together and gives you a chic, polished silhouette no matter what you're wearing underneath. My pro tip is to always focus on the fabric. Look for materials with a little bit of weight and structure, like a good cotton, linen, or a ponte knit. They'll hold the shape beautifully and drape over your body instead of sticking to it. Let me tell you a quick story to show you what I mean. I had a client, a wonderful woman named Carol. She was a retired professional, but she had gotten stuck in a style rut, hiding in shapeless trousers and baggy shirts. She told me, "I feel like I've lost my spark. I don't even know how to wear a dress anymore." I gently encouraged her to try on a simple floral A-line dress. She was so hesitant, but she did it. And the moment she stepped out of the dressing room and saw herself in the mirror, something shifted. It wasn't just her expression, her whole posture changed. She stood up straighter. A small, surprised smile appeared on her face. The dress defined her shoulders, skimmed right over her midsection, and created this lovely, graceful shape. She looked at me in the mirror and said something I'll never forget. "I feel like myself again." You see, it was never just about the dress. It was about giving herself permission to feel beautiful again. It was about finding a shape that celebrated her body right now instead of trying to hide it. That is the true power of finding a silhouette that works for you. It's your foolproof foundation for effortless style. All right, so we've covered the A-line, your foundation for effortless grace. Now let's talk about a style that I know might make you raise an eyebrow. Let's talk about the peplum. I know what you're thinking. Peplum? Isn't that something from the 80s? Isn't it just a fussy, outdated ruffle? I want you to hang with me for a minute because we need to talk. Forget the puffy, over-the-top peplums of the past. The modern peplum is sleek, it's sophisticated, and frankly, it's a piece of smart architectural magic. Its entire job is to perform a brilliant optical illusion, to create the look of a defined waist without any of the discomfort of actually cinching your waist. So how does this magic trick work? It's all about playing with proportions. First, the seam of the peplum hits at your natural waist, drawing the eye to the narrowest part of your torso. Second, and this is the key, that little flare adds just a touch of volume around your hips. By comparison, your waist automatically looks smaller. It creates an hourglass shape out of thin air. It's genius. Now the key is choosing a modern peplum. Look for a gentle, subtle flare, more of a wave than a stiff ruffle. And fabric is everything. You want something with a bit of structure that still feels comfortable, like a ponte knit or a good quality crepe. And here's the non-negotiable rule for styling it. Keep the bottom half slim. Because you have that flare on top, you need a sleek silhouette on the bottom to keep the look balanced and chic. Think tailored straight-leg pants, a classic pencil skirt, or a pair of dark-wash slim jeans. Let me tell you about a client of mine named Brenda. She's a powerhouse, a retired executive who still sits on several boards. She needed a look that was powerful but not stuffy, something that felt like soft power. I introduced her to a simple, elegant peplum top in a deep burgundy. She was skeptical, but she tried it on with her favorite black tailored trousers. The change was instant. The top gave her a beautiful curved silhouette without being tight. The flare perfectly skimmed over her midsection. She looked polished, powerful, and feminine all at once. She looked at me and said, "Wow, this top makes me feel like a lady and a boss at the same time." It became her secret weapon for every important meeting. So don't write off the peplum. When you find the right one, it's not a fussy ruffle from the past. It's one of the smartest, most flattering tools you can have in your style arsenal. All right, so we've talked about silhouettes that create structure. But what about the days when you just want a little extra comfort, a little extra coverage, and a whole lot of extra style? That's when we turn to what I call the ultimate style strategy, the art of layering. This is so much more than just throwing on a sweater when you're cold. It's the secret that separates people who just wear clothes from people who have real style. The core principle is a brilliant visual trick. An open outer layer like a cardigan or a blazer creates two strong vertical lines down the front of your body. It forces the eye to travel up and down, not side to side across your middle. It's one of the oldest tricks in the book, and it works every time to make you look longer and leaner. In the styling world, we call this the power of the third piece. A top and pants, that's an outfit. But add a third piece, a vest, a kimono, a blazer, and suddenly you have style. It adds depth, texture, and personality. Now I can hear some of you thinking, but it's too hot to layer. That's a myth. For warm weather, think light and breezy. A beautiful silk kimono over a simple tank dress. A long linen vest over a t-shirt and pants. It gives you coverage and style without adding any heat. For cooler weather, a long line cardigan is your best friend. It's my go-to unbeatable formula: great jeans, a simple tee, and a beautiful long cardigan. But there are two major mistakes you need to avoid. First, don't layer bulk on top of bulk. Keep your inner layers relatively slim and fitted. Second, and this is the biggest one, avoid outer layers that are too short and end right at your waist. That just draws a horizontal line across the very area you're trying to de-emphasize. Always go for pieces that hit below your hip. Let me tell you about my friend Susan, a retired doctor who loves to travel. Her biggest frustration was packing. How could she pack light but still have enough options for different weather and occasions? The answer was a curated collection of layering pieces. We built her a small travel capsule, one great black cashmere cardigan, a lightweight linen blazer, and a colorful silk kimono. It completely transformed how she traveled. With just a few basic tops and pants, she could create dozens of different looks by switching out her third piece. She felt polished and put together whether she was exploring a museum or going out for a nice dinner. It gave her ultimate freedom and flexibility. That's the real magic of layering. It's not about hiding. It's a smart, sophisticated strategy that makes your wardrobe work harder for you so you can feel confident and perfectly chic no matter where you are. All right, let's talk about the artist's toolbox of style. Color and pattern. What's our go-to uniform when we're not feeling our most confident? For so many of us, it's black, black, and more black. It's our security blanket. And yes, black can be slimming, but it can also be incredibly harsh against mature skin. It can wash you out and drain you of your natural radiance. The legendary designer Gianni Versace said it best. Don't be into trends. Don't make fashion own you, but you decide what you are. And part of that decision is choosing color. Color is energy. It's life. So let's talk strategy. First up, mastering monochromatic dressing in a modern way. This doesn't mean just wearing all black. It means dressing in different shades and textures of a single color family. Imagine this: dark chocolate brown trousers, a soft mocha-colored sweater, and a creamy beige coat. It's incredibly chic. It creates that same long, lean line we love, and it looks unbelievably expensive. Next, a clever design trick. Smart color blocking. Keep an eye out for dresses or tops that have darker panels running down the sides and a lighter color in the center. This is a powerful optical illusion that instantly shaves inches off your silhouette by visually narrowing your torso. And what about prints? The key is to wear prints without letting them wear you. Just remember two simple rules. First, scale. The size of the print should be in proportion to your frame. Second, pattern type. Vertical stripes are always a winner, and soft abstract patterns or watercolor florals are incredibly forgiving and elegant. Let me tell you about my friend Donna. Her closet was a sea of black. She was convinced it was the only safe color for her. But she confessed to me that she felt dull and invisible. We started with baby steps. The first step wasn't a whole outfit, just a gorgeous silk scarf with a vibrant floral print which she wore with her usual black top and pants. The compliments started rolling in immediately. Encouraged, she then tried a beautiful cobalt blue cardigan over her basics. Slowly, she realized color wasn't the enemy. It was her friend. She started experimenting with blush pink blouses and rich burgundy dresses. Today, her closet is a garden of color. She learned to use dark, solid colors on the bottom half to ground her look, and beautiful, radiant colors on top to light up her face. And the most amazing part? It wasn't just her clothes that got brighter. Her smile did too. She found her sparkle again. So please, don't be afraid of color and pattern. They are your tools to paint a picture of how you feel on the inside. They are pure joy, waiting to be worn. All right, let's talk about a game-changing formula. A combination so perfect, I call it the power couple of your wardrobe. It is the magic of pairing high-waisted pants with a soft, flowy top. This duo is all about creating the perfect balance of structure and softness, of polish and comfort. First, let's talk about why high-waisted pants are a lifesaver. We all know the dreaded muffin top that can happen with low-rise or even mid-rise pants. They cut right across the softest part of our middle. High-waisted pants solve this problem completely. They sit at your natural waist, the narrowest part of your torso, to gently smooth and support your midsection. But here's the real magic. They dramatically elongate your legs. By raising your perceived waistline, they make your legs look a mile long, giving you beautifully balanced proportions. Now the key is to find the right pair. Look for classic straight-leg trousers or an elegant wide-leg pant. And always make sure there's a hint of stretch in the fabric for all-day comfort. Then you pair these structured pants with a soft, drapey top. Think silk, modal, or a fine-gauge knit. And the perfect way to bring them together is with a French tuck, just tucking in the very front of your shirt and letting the rest fall naturally. It defines your waist without being restrictive. I want to tell you about my client Linda. For years, she had fallen into the elastic waistband trap. She lived in pull-on pants because she believed they were the only comfortable option. But she confessed that they made her feel frumpy and unpolished. She was afraid of anything with a zipper, thinking it would be too constricting. I convinced her to try on a pair of high-waisted, straight-leg trousers made from a beautiful fabric with a bit of stretch. The look on her face when she saw herself in the mirror was priceless. She was shocked. The pants weren't tight. They were supportive. They smoothed her silhouette and made her look taller and more put together instantly. When we added a soft blouse with a simple French tuck, She had her light bulb moment. "I can't believe it," she said. "I don't have to choose between looking good and being comfortable." And that's the lesson. You never have to sacrifice style for comfort. It's about finding smarter solutions. And this combination, the supportive structure of a high-waisted pant balanced by the graceful ease of a soft top, is the ultimate win-win. It's the formula for looking polished and feeling amazing all day long. Okay, we have arrived at our final secret, and I've saved it for last because it's the quietest one, but it might just be the most powerful. We've covered shape, color, and styling formulas, but none of it matters if you get this one thing wrong. Fabric. Fabric is the soul of your clothing. It's the silent conversation your clothes have with your skin all day long. You can be wearing the most beautifully designed dress in the world, but if the fabric is scratchy, stiff, or clingy, you won't feel beautiful. You'll just feel annoyed. As the great Coco Chanel famously said, "Luxury must be comfortable, otherwise it is not luxury." That is the ultimate rule. So let's create a quick cheat sheet. For your yes list, the fabrics to live in, think about natural, breathable fibers. High-quality Pima cotton, which is incredibly soft. Linen for that effortlessly chic, relaxed vibe. Modal and tencel, which are buttery soft and drape beautifully. And of course, the quiet luxury of cashmere and fine merino wool. For your be careful list, think twice about thin, clingy jersey that shows everything. Be wary of shiny polyester or satin, which can reflect light in ways that aren't always flattering. And here's a simple shopping hack I want you to use from now on. The hand test. Before you even look at the price tag, touch the garment. Crumple a corner in your hand. Does it feel soft? Does it bounce back, or does it stay a wrinkled mess? Your sense of touch will tell you more about the quality than your eyes ever will. I want to share one last story about my client Sharon. She was stuck in the fast fashion trap of buying cheap t-shirts in multi-packs. They looked fine for one wash, and then they would inevitably stretch out, pill, and become sad-looking rags she'd only wear around the house. She told me she felt sloppy, even on her days off. I challenged her to do an experiment. Buy just one t-shirt, but make it a high-quality one made of Pima cotton. It cost 4 times as much as one of her usual tees. She was hesitant, but she did it. The difference was immediate. The fabric was softer, the fit was better, it held its shape. She looked in the mirror and said, "I can't believe it, I'm just in a t-shirt, but I feel put together." That day, her entire philosophy shifted. She adopted a new mantra: buy less, but buy better. She realized that investing in quality fabric wasn't a splurge, it was an investment in how she felt about herself every single day. So there you have it, the power of the A-line, the architectural magic of the peplum, the art of layering, the joy of color and pattern, the game-changing formula of the high-waisted pant, and finally, the undeniable power of fabric. These are the 6 building blocks of a wardrobe that truly serves you. And when you put them all together, you don't just build a better wardrobe, you build a more confident, authentic you. So here we are at the end of our journey together. We've walked through 6 secrets, 6 powerful tools for your style toolbox. But my hope is that what you take away from our time together is so much bigger than just tips about clothes. Because the ultimate goal was never just about fashion. It was about the deeper lessons. The first lesson is about honor. It's about ending the war with the woman in the mirror and finally treating your body like the masterpiece it is. A masterpiece created by time. The second lesson is about intelligence. It's realizing that true style isn't about chasing trends. It's the wisdom to understand what truly works for you. The third lesson is about true confidence. The kind that doesn't come from looking thinner, but from the moment you put on an outfit and forget it's even there because it has become a part of who you are. And the final lesson is about rediscovery. It's knowing that age is not the end of the story. It is a new chapter, an opportunity to find even more incredible versions of yourself. All of these lessons circle back to one powerful truth that I want you to hold in your heart. Your waist is not your story. You are your story. You are the story of the years you've lived, the wisdom you've gained, and your clothes. They are simply the beautiful cover of the best-selling book that is your life. So starting today, I want to challenge you to ask your closet a different question in the morning. Instead of asking, "What can I wear to hide my flaws?" I want you to ask, "What outfit will help me tell my story today? What will make me feel powerful, graceful, and authentic?" Wear your joy. Wear your strength. Wear your grace. Because style isn't a number. It is the visible reflection of the value you place on yourself. Style is the signature of your soul. And your signature, of course, is priceless. Now, we've just laid the foundation for an elegant wardrobe, right? But you know, even the most stunning outfit can't fully shine without the crown you wear every day, your hair. That is the final piece of the puzzle for a truly polished look. So if you are truly serious about creating a timelessly radiant and confident appearance, then the next video on hair loss after 60, 5 foods for thicker hair naturally, is the one you can't afford to miss. And I want to be perfectly clear about something. This channel is not for those looking for a quick fix. It's not for superficial temporary solutions, and it's definitely not for the impatient. This channel is for wise women, for women who understand that true lasting beauty comes from persistence and caring for yourself from the inside out. So if that's not you, please do not subscribe. But if that is you, then welcome home. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a single secret on our journey together.